front, Trevor.
Hey, Coach. 5 running backs scored today. 5 touchdowns from inside the 3. Over 300 yards rushing today. You had 5 runs of over 25 yards. Can you just talk about the overall run offense effort today? Because it looked highly impressive from our end.
Yeah, I was really impressed with the running backs. All of them contributed, in big ways. Starting with Davion, again, heck of a game, broke loose, got the tough yardage, and Ty was good again, very elusive and good. Chris Evans, and had hit a long gains, and Karan had done the same play, got a touchdown. Had some other good runs. Khalid was good. I thought our line was blocking well. It was a job well done in the running game.
Right next, Steve.
Just following up on that, the drive where you got the 37-yard run, kicked the draw out, and then an incomplete pass and 7 straight runs. Talk about what that does when you just keep handing off the ball and keep having success with it.
It's moving the chains and breaking some big runs that's a good way to move the ball. That's what we want to do: move the ball and put the ball in the end zone and score points. And I thought our offense was very effective in doing that today.
Over here in the front right, Chris.
Coach, you went for it instead of going for the long field goals today. Was that just a feel type of thing, or you just wanted to set the tone?
Yeah, just especially the one way where we were into the wind. Felt like the odds were better going with the 4th downs. It seems to be happening more and more these days. So we got into it, experimented with it a little bit, and it worked out. And then worked out once.
And then the sideline interference call. Do you normally get a warning on that? And did you get an explanation on why you didn't?
Yeah, one of our coaches was in the white and bumped into his arm. So that's the rule. Can't be out there. But it's really tight over there on our sideline. We don't have a lot of room to operate. So we just got to do a better job of staying back. Let guys get excited. Or especially balls being run back for a long punt return, and people were got to know where they're at. Just got to stay out of that white lane.
Come over to the left here, Rodney.
Coach, can you expand on the element of the running game that you had today, overpassing the passing game? How significant is that to you when you have more of a running game in your repertoire?
Well, I mean, the thing is, we're not turning the ball over. When we're throwing it, we're not turning the ball over. When we're running it, then you feel good. You feel good that it starts there, and then when you can be effective and get first downs and move the ball and score touchdowns, that's what you're striving to do as an offense. So yeah, it feels good to be able to move the ball, not turn it over, and be productive.
Coach, move over to the right with Nick.
Jim, Wilton said you guys ran the same play, like flopped back and forth, different sides, like 8 or 9 times in a row. In the second half at some point, I know you were never an offensive lineman, but what does it do in a huddle when a team runs the same thing over and over again and it's successful on the ground, the same kind of play?
I mean, I thought our team was prepared and confident, and there was some communication out there, especially from the offensive linemen, of what they felt they could do well in this particular ball game, and we listened to them and repeated the call a few times. It was really simply that.
Coach, over to the left here with Dan.
You had a few players, a handful of players who raised their fists during the national anthem, students some sort of protest. Did you know that was going to happen before kickoff, and what are your thoughts on their doing that?
No, I didn't know that. I was told when I came back into the locker room, and my thoughts are there's a freedom of expression, and somebody can speak their mind, and I can tell you what I believe, but I've been thinking a lot about this over the last 4, 5, 6 weeks. I mean, because I'm the football coach, that doesn't mean that I can dictate to people what they believe. So I support our guys, and I think this is something that it's not going away. It's gonna keep happening. But it's not something that's gonna keep them out of heaven, and so I'm not gonna really worry about it when it's something that doesn't keep somebody out of heaven. I mean, they're speaking their mind, so I support them.
Over here in the left still, Rachel.
Your defensive line today had 5 sacks by the first half, finishing 6. What was the key to them being so efficient today?
Could you repeat that?
Your defensive line, 5 sacks by the half, 6 overall. What was the key to it being so efficient today?
Jeez, they were playing good. It was good effort. Our guys were running. I thought they were being aggressive, and that's a heck of a good back. Saquon Barkley is a good football player, and he got a couple, and he showed that a few times. But for the most part, our guys were there in swarming. They were coming 2, 3, 4 at a time. I thought it was impressive.
Jim, sometimes when you assess a team in a season, you have to temper that a little bit by who you're playing, their physical conditions, and so forth. But really, at the 1/3 mark now in the season, how are you measuring success? What are you seeing in terms of specific improvements, things that you like at this juncture?
Well, several things. And today was a heck of a good win, and there was improvement. It really felt good for a lot of different players. A lot of players on our team thought really played well. I thought our line was good on both sides, the offense and defensive line, the quarterback, the running backs, the secondary. A lot of good football being played. Good to see Jordan Lewis back. Good to see Taco back. Good to see all of our guys. This would be an A++ day. But if it weren't for, sad right now about Jeremy Clark. I don't think we're gonna be able to dodge a bullet on that one. So that's got everybody in the locker room a little sad right now. But
Thank you.
In the middle there, Brennan.
Jim, just to follow up on the anthem. Earlier in the year, when you were asked about Colin Kaepernick, you said you support his motivation, but took exception to his method. Had you addressed the idea of guys doing anything at any point prior to today? Had you brought it up with the team if you want to do something or anything like that?
No, we haven't talked about it as a team.
And in terms of being okay with the method, are you okay with a display, on your sideline?
I've been giving a lot of thought. I mean, as I said, I think we're a team as a country. I believe in. Tell you what I believe in. I believe in God. I believe in country. I believe in family. I believe in rules of law and following rules. And I believe, as a team, the things that we embrace, then we should embrace. The things that we don't, or something's not good, for somebody on a team, then we talk about it and we get it fixed together as a team. Those are the things that I believe. But that doesn't mean that I have the, just because I'm a football coach, that I can tell other people what to believe or what to think. And I support people speaking their own mind and saying what they believe.
Right here in the front here, Adam.
Jim, Wilton said after being hit last week, he kind of got an internal clock, and I asked him today about his mobility and just his awareness. What did you think of the way that he was able to scramble and make decisions on the fly?
I think he's been doing a fine job. That's one part of his game that's really improving and ascending. That he's moving, he's buying time, he's finding receivers, he's making good decisions. He's not turning the ball over. And I think he's getting better. Not even anything real close to turning the ball over today. He's protecting the ball and doing a good job.
Got time for a couple more. We're gonna start on the right there, Vito.
Hey, Coach, can you elaborate on what it means to have Jordan Lewis back in the secondary? How big that is?
Yeah, and a lot of talent back. heck of a good football player, but he's also a leader. The guys respect him, and they know how hard he's worked the last 3-4 weeks to get back to being in this position. So, yeah, just plus to have him back in there.
Front left here, Coach, Mark.
Couple things. You mentioned about Jeremy, what was the injury, and do you think?
We think
it's
we think it's a season ender. We think it's an ACL.
ACL, and was there
We'll
anyone?
know more tonight.
Is there anyone else who has suffered anything of significance? Jake, so was on the bike there.
Yeah, no, nothing. I don't think it's anything that was significant or kept him from playing. But he was trying to stay loose. But yeah, Jeremy's everybody's daubers down a little bit right now.
Last question in the middle, Nick.
Jim, Hinkton played more than he has probably at all since he's been here. What has he done the last week, or maybe he could get in there and be an early guy?
Really, I think that was a Tyrone Wheatley feel. He got Karat in there early and saw some real explosive runs, and I think that's just something that Coach Wheatley had seen and got him in there. So and he reeled off some impressive runs early. I mean, physical, hitting the hole fast, explosive type of runs, and same on the touchdown. That was a exciting run, a very explosive run. I thought he was just shot out like he was coming out of the starting blocks, and heck of a good run. And the other backs were equally as good. I think it's been good. I think the first 3 weeks of the season we were able to get a lot of backs in the game and get a lot of our running backs touches, and they've all benefited from that. They're all playing at a real high level right now.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Okay, thanks.